Hello, world.
Welcome to our podcast where we talk about anything and everything.
Nothing is off limits.
This is Everything Electrified with Hiba and James.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back, guys, to episode 10 of our podcast. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button so we can continue bringing you more and more content every week. Say hi, James.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yeah, so I want to say thank you, everybody. We are 400 subscribers strong now. So
Woo!
thank you.
Let's
We are
go!
building our base. I appreciate all the love you guys do give us every week. Thank you so much. Now I want to get into something really quick.
All right.
Now, this is a thing all over the internet and the world has taken over. The show on Netflix, Squid Games.
Oh, fucking Christ, that freaking show, bro.
Yes.
Oh,
If you
God.
haven't seen it, stop listening right now. Stop
And go watch
listening
it. It's
and
9
go watch
episodes.
it.
Just go watch it.
Just go watch it. Do not come back. If you
Yeah.
have seen it, continue. If you want to know about it, continue. I won't give any spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm not going to give any spoilers. But let me tell you, I'm going to give you the basis of the show, but I won't give any spoilers.
No.
Basically, you as a person, are going through some financial hardship. Not the regular, but like really, really, really bad kind where you
Yeah.
don't have any options anymore.
Like
And
you're back behind the corner at this
yeah,
point.
like it's bad. People after you, like it's bad, right? You're about to lose everything. So someone gives you an opportunity to be on a game show and win some money. Do you do it? Of course you do it, right? You're thinking like, oh, game show, I just gotta play a couple of games, or and I get a chance to win money. Okay, like
I
Family
got this.
Feud, Jeopardy, like stuff like that, right? No, 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 no. This is a game show of your nightmares type of a thing,
Yeah.
right? Basically, bad things will happen to you if you lose.
You
Okay.
lose, shit hits the fan for you. So
Yeah.
it's
So then
really
you have
bad.
to debate what's more important. Do you go back to your regular life where bad things are happening to you anyways, or you go into this game show and see if you may have a chance of winning, right? So it's like kind of like both sides of the sword is gonna cut you. Which side do you want, type of a thing, right?
Yep.
So what do you think? Would you do it, James?
Honestly, it depends on how bad the situation was. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, with the characters that were in the show, I'm not gonna, like I said, like Hiba was telling us, I'm not gonna spoil it. With the characters in the show, they were in some dire financial straits. They really were. So I can understand from their point of view why they choose to do what they were doing and playing that show. Thank God I'm not that. I mean, I'm poor, of course. I got bills, yes, but I'm not in that much dire straits for me to go on a show like that to lose it all. And let me tell you, the whole thing had me racing from beginning to end. It had me going from beginning to end.
Yeah,
really
I
did.
watched it nonstop. Like I
Yeah.
just like at a point Netflix was like, "Are you still watching?" And I was like, "Yes, keep going. Like don't ask me, I'm here." Like I was just watching it end to end. Like I didn't skip nothing. So it's a really really good show. You guys need to check it out. I'm going to go to this other thing. Speaking of Netflix shows, if you guys have seen Tiger King 2 is coming out, guys. Now, Tiger King was a show that started in the pandemic. Like once everyone was locked inside their homes, that's when Tiger King started like trending and everybody was watching it. And I love that documentary. I don't know why, but I love like everything. I love, the guy Tiger King. I love like Carol Baskins and the whole conspiracy on did she kill her husband? Did she feed her husband to her like tigers and stuff? Yeah, I think so. I think she did it. Okay. That's my opinion there. From everything I've seen, it looks like she's done it or she's involved somehow in her husband's death or something. Okay. Some suspicious activity is going on there. But now they're having a part 2 coming out. And I'm just curious on what the part 2 is about. Like the guy's been locked up in jail. So what is this part 2? Is it just about him being in jail and trying to get out? Like, what are we talking here about part 2? James, did you ever see Tiger King?
Never. I've never actually had the opportunity to see Tiger King, to be honest with you.
I don't know if that would be your type of a thing. I'm not
Probably not.
exactly sure, but it is such a good documentary. And a lot of people that I talked to really did enjoy it. And there's a ton of Tiger King memes that I just absolutely love. And I just can't believe that number 2 is coming out. I just don't know what it's going to be about. It's
Well,
crazy.
as you know, it sounds like more of a conspiracy theory stuff going on with that. And as all of our listeners know, you guys all know how I feel about conspiracy theories. I do not cater or pander to Hiba's conspiracy theories.
Wait a
So
second.
we'll see.
It's not me. It's like the freaking cops. It's like the FBI. It's like everybody, okay?
Well,
It's
okay.
just there's not enough evidence or
I will.
anything to like do anything about it, but everyone has their gut suspicions. Like, all right, imagine, okay. So basically, there's a Tiger King, right? Joe. And then there is Carol. She has her own little tigers, like little, I guess her version is she gives you like the heaven. Like she take care of these tigers and she does the best for them. And but the other guy, the Tiger King, right, is
Uh-huh.
kind of like not the best. So imagine like a bootleg version of an amusement park and imagine a really good amusement park. But instead, they're not rides, they're actual living, breathing creatures that are going extinct and they're kind of vicious, right? So you
Yeah.
can't really like, yeah, you train them or whatever, but you're not really safe, right? You can't really predict a wild animal and what they're gonna do.
Of
So
course.
according to like now this guy, the Tiger King guy, right? He's messed up. He's all types of messed up in his head. Like he is imagine Donald Trump but really poor and uneducated too. Like
Oh
he
no.
is all types of like screwed up and he thinks he's the best thing that ever hit the planet. Like it's crazy. And he's like, of course he's gay, so he gets all these like guys and like it's so weird. It's like a weird world
Wow.
that you're in with him and tigers and guys. It's weird and drugs and all types of weirdness. But
Mm.
then Carol is some sweet little lady that's like trying to save the tigers and she's all about saving the tigers. And you go
Mm.
like, oh, the little lady trying to save the tigers. And that's why they fight. Because Carol thinks he's, a loser and he's like abusing animals. And he just thinks Carol's just this crazy bitch, like that's what she is. So that's why they fight. And they fight to get like the rights to do whatever they want with the tigers,
Yeah.
basically. So the whole point is, so Carol, right, her husband was really, really rich. Not her first husband, mind you. Her first husband she ran away from, she was abused from, all this type of stuff. Her second husband that she married or whatever was really, really rich. But he mysteriously disappeared. Like we have no idea where he went. He's just off, like he's gone. Like we have no idea. So he's dead probably.
It's already
But we have
sus.
yeah, we don't know what happened. And the only person that might know what happened is her. And she doesn't really cooperate. She doesn't really do anything. It's like this whole documentary on like suspicious behavior from her part. Now, she has another husband now. She has a third husband, by the way, which is also a really weird relationship because she's kind of weird. Like, she is weird. Okay. She looks kind of like
Sus.
she would like she would murder you if you were to get between her and her tigers or something. Like she looks like that person. So it's kind of like I don't know, I forget because I just saw it like 2 years ago when the pandemic started. So I don't remember all the details to it, but it is very, very interesting and everyone thinks she murdered her husband. Like everybody believes she murdered that man and fed him to the tigers. That's why there's no trace. Like there's no trace.
Uh-huh.
There's no body, there's no bones, there's nothing. She fed them to the tigers.
That's mad sus right there.
It's a good documentary. So you guys haven't checked out Tiger King, that's another one for you to look at because Tiger King 2 is coming up and it's all very interesting. But anyways, Joe eventually got, caught or whatever and he's in jail. He's in jail for his crimes against tigers and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
So Carol in the end did win. You could say she did win, but she's really just
Out there.
she's out there. Like
Space cadet.
she's out there. She's definitely weird. Definitely.
Well, the one thing I wanted to say onto this, to add on to not the Tiger King, but to add on to Squid Games. It kind of reminded, and I told my uncle today. I actually visited with some family today on Sunday. It's a family day, and I told my uncle, "You got to watch the Squid Games." And it's a lot easier to explain what I mean by that because my mother was like, "I don't know what you're talking about," right? So I told my uncle, he's like, "Squid Games." It says picture battle royale, and then he goes, "Oh, I got it now." So a lot of you guys that are out there probably listening. If you ever watch the old movie Battle Royale, you'll understand exactly what you mean when you watch the Squid Games. But I also wanted to add another Netflix show that I told you the other day to watch. So I'm going to tell our listeners. It's called Alice in Borderlands, and it takes place in Japan. It's similar to Squid Games. You guys will like that too, and it's on Netflix. So if you haven't watched it, definitely you want to check it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out as well.
So
All right, great. So let's move on to our topic here. It's gonna be some game time. All right. So what do we got for this week for game time, James?
it's a little light. So as you know, game time for us is awesome, right? We always talk about the future and what we're getting, or what we're coming up with. But as you know, everyone's at the like the tips of their feet. How do you say that? It's like a tip of your toe right now, because this is an important week for all gamers. Why is it an important week right now, Hiba?
The Nintendo Switch is coming out.
That is correct. Not only is the OLED dropping this week, but Metroid Dread is also dropping this week. The same with the when it launches the OLED. So that's where everyone's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a new Switch. Oh my god, I'm gonna get the new Metroid. So it's been all over the place. So today I took a ride to the city, because we live in New York, right? So I took a ride to the city with my mother and my uncle, and we decided to stop off at Nintendo World. If you haven't been, please go. It's fantastic. It's really fun. It's a lot of they do have games there, but it's more like the merchandising and to be around people who all love Nintendo. And when they let you into the store, the people who work there. Another one I have to point out, they're awesome. They're awesome people. They're constantly asking you, "Hi, how you doing? Can I help you find something? You're at the right place because if you're a Nintendo fanboy, which with me, I'm always dripped in Nintendo gear. Like I have my Nintendo backpack, I have different stuff, so they definitely can see that I'm like straight up Nintendo. The one thing I was able to see today was the OLED in person. I sent you some photos recently, Hiba. Maybe you could put it into the YouTube side of the podcast so that way people can see it. So I had some Nintendo photos there, and it looks really good. I really am excited for it. I kind of am hiding the fact that I'm like, damn, I should have got the black one instead of getting the white one, but it's whatever. So, nevertheless, that's the case. My uncle and I were discussing a lot of theories with Nintendo, and a developer, I'm not going to say the developer's name because ain't no one trying to get sued, came out and was talking to people like a magazine, and they were talking about the 4K potential Switch. And they're like, well, the 4K one is out already. So the people are like, no, the OLED's coming out this week. And the developer was like, no, 4K is out. The reason why they said that is because they got the development kit that Nintendo sends out to all the developers to actually make games for the new Switch. So there is something in the pipeline for that, at least. The one last thing I wanted to touch on was the Switch Direct. The Direct that came out this week was definitely something that I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. One of them is being the fact that we're going to get an N64 wireless controller that you can pay for like $50 sometime during October. So keep an eye out for that, guys. The next one is the Sega controller. They're going to put Sega games on the Switch. Go figure, right? They had the biggest turmoil growing up as a kid in the 80s. It was like Genesis does what Nintendo don't. I guess the Nintendo does now. Took 60 years, but Nintendo's now.
Right.
So gonna have Genesis games on the Switch, and then of course you can buy the controller, $50. My uncle did tell me something really concerning though. I have to really research it. He said that let me stop for a second. Sega controllers for the United States were 3 buttons. That was the original one, Hib. 3 buttons. Later on, they call it the 6-shooter. 6-shooter meaning that's gonna have 6 buttons. In the direct, and I'm sure you've seen the direct as well, Hibs, they showed us 6 buttons. So I was like, oh, I'm excited. I'm going to get 6 buttons. So my uncle said, no, that's the release for Europe only. The US is going to get the 3-button one. I hope to God that is not true, because there are going to be a lot of pissed off Nintendo lights out there. Just going to put that out there.
Okay, but with the internet, I'm sure you can purchase it.
You could, and yes,
the power of the internet. Like I'm sure,
listen,
like everything is so easy now.
I'm gonna help you. Go to PlayAsia.com. They always import from Japan, but the problem is you're gonna be paying a lot. So that's the one thing I am mad about Nintendo is if that's the case, if that is true, definitely they're gonna be pissing off a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're getting your new Switch this week.
Correct. That's gonna
You
be
know,
on
I have
Friday.
to tell you something, James. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you something.
What?
So I've been, trying to sell my Switch, right? So I wipe it out. I do all that. I lose my data, whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
And then just the other day, right? I was listening to one of our podcasts, right?
Uh-huh.
It was about the Nintendo Switch, okay?
Uh-huh.
And basically, you were like telling the story, like how you gave the Switch into trade and you forgot your game in there, right? And I
Yeah.
was like, and I was listening to it. Of course, I was there. I listened to it when you said it, but I was listening to it after the fact. And I'm like, wait a second. I never checked my Switch for the game in there. And let it be, my Splatoon 2 game was in there. And I was like, oh my God, I am so lucky that I
Oh,
checked this.
snap.
I was about to lose Splatoon 2. But I was like,
You
I'm so lucky. I was like, I'm so glad I listened to this podcast. So you guys, you really got to follow our advice.
you almost pulled a James there. That's what happened. You almost had to buy that Splatoon 2 twice.
Nah, I would not buy it again. I would just wait for 3. At that point, like I lost the data, I lost the thing. I'm not buying it again. I'm just waiting for the 3.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, I listened to your advice and I went and I checked it and I saved myself and it wasn't there. And I was like, wait, I didn't check that. I was like, was there a game in there? Because I usually most of my games are digital downloads, right? The ones that I always want to play, I want them on my Switch. I don't want to carry it, right? So I wasn't sure if I was playing games on my Switch Direct or did I have something in there. And luckily, our podcast saved me a Splatoon 2.
There's one thing I had a discussion with, because I always discuss games with you, of course, Emma, but I also discuss with my uncle. My uncle's the one who got me into Nintendo growing up as a kid. The one thing I discussed with him this morning, we were waiting online because we were the first people online in the Nintendo store. That's sad when they opened up at 11. I was saying the only thing I'm mad about with Nintendo is that they sent out the OLEDs out to high end YouTubers. It is what it is, right?
Everyone does that though.
And I understand, not the one before, right? So all the YouTubers blasted out. So let's say if me and you wanted to do an unboxing, it wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't take that much of an effect because YouTubers have done it already, and it's all of them have been doing it. So my uncle was saying to me, he goes, it is what it is. They give it to the people who have the high enough view count to get that. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's true, but in the same time, like, it kind of deflates me a little. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's like thinking like, well, if this YouTuber is getting it and he's doing it, why should I do mine own? Like that's not how that works. You do your own thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You put your thing out there. Maybe your review or your point of view or what you bring up is better than what someone else said. Like you got to bring your own spin to it. That's like saying, okay, so think about it this way. If you're a chef, you're
Yeah.
like, you have an attitude like, well, I don't want to open a restaurant. There's so many restaurants here. Why would I open up my restaurant? Why would someone come to my restaurant? That's not how that life works. You open up your thing. You bring your own style to it. You bring your own thing to the table.
True.
Don't get too worked up on like, oh, they got it. And now no, that's not a good way to think about stuff. Always be positive. You just do your thing, your thing will pay yourself off. Don't worry about what other people are doing. It's good to have more reviews. You want to hear more different opinions.
Of course. Of
What
course.
your experience is not going to be the same experience as somebody else. So the
Mm.
more reviews, the better it is, the more choices people have. And I think that's all good for everybody.
I never saw it that way.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see it. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, Hibbs.
Yeah. So let's move on to our next topic, which is going to be a little bit of tech news.
Tech news. Let's go.
So in tech news, this is what I read. Okay, so we heard about Coinbase, right? So we're
Yes.
in the crypto world. We talk about crypto a little bit on the show. So Coinbase. Now Coinbase was actually, they got hacked and 6,000 people's accounts were empty, bro.
Oh crap!
Dude,
Are
we
you
were
kidding
talking
me?
about this before. Like, are you kidding me right now? Are
Six.
you kidding me?
All right. All right. Go ahead. Continue.
I'm just, and you know how people, this is what happened. So it happened Let me read this up a little bit. It happened between March and May 20th of 2021. If you were a victim of this, you have received an email from Coinbase and they said, this is what the email said. You were a victim of a third-party campaign to gain unauthorized access to the accounts of Coinbase customers and move customers' funds off the Coinbase platform. At least 6,000 Coinbase customers have had funds removed from their account, including you, bro. The firm went on to explain that for the theft to occur, the hackers needed knowledge of the email address and password and phone numbers associated with the user's Coinbase account, as well as the access to their personal emails. That's a lot of information for a hacker to have. That's like everything, actually. You got the person's email address, you got the password to it, you got access to the phone number it's part of, and you have access to their personal email box. Like,
It sounds like an inside job. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, like how does a hacker have that much for 6,000 people? So, okay. So think, okay. So let me tell you something. If you ever had to send money from Coinbase, right? So if you ever, like if I took my Coinbase wallet and wanted to send you Bitcoin, right? This is how it works in reality. So I would need a QR code from your phone or a wallet address you would have to send me. I put that information into my phone, into my app. I tell my app how much money I want to send to your wallet. But then Coinbase has to send me a text message to my phone number, and I have to put in that code into my Coinbase account in order for me to complete that transaction. So you're telling me these hackers had somehow access to the phone numbers too and got that verification code? I'm like a little confused on how that works.
You had me speechless. I really do have to think about that because that's a lot. That they had to do a lot to get those coins from you. It really is not easy.
It's not easy. It's not. Like, I gotta tell you a story while we're on this topic. So today earlier I was with my cousin, right? And I told her about Safe Moon, right? Safe Moon is up right now, by the way. It's going up right now.
Yeah.
So
It's going towards the moon.
It is going back to where it was when I bought it. Let me just say that.
Okay.
So Safe Moon is going up, and I convinced her. I was like, "Hey, you need to get on this now. Okay, get on it and forget about it. Buy it and hold and just forget about it. Go on about your life, right?"
Yeah.
But of course, we're in New York, so I've explained this before in the other podcast that it's very, very difficult to buy Safe Moon or other these type of like little coins in New York. Like if Coinbase doesn't support it, it's extremely difficult for us to purchase it. Okay, so she was like, "No, I want to do it. I want to do it." I was like, "Oh boy, here we go." Here we go down this rabbit hole that I have to do now. And, it's so confusing. It literally makes no sense. It's so confusing, but you have to, like, this is the only way. So it took me like 2 hours to do the whole thing because when you're transferring coin from wallet to wallet to wallet, it takes time for it to like update and, go exchange and everything. So that's why it takes so long. But we were doing the whole transaction, right? And let me tell you, in her whole thing, every time she had to verify so many codes, so many passwords, so many like verification codes for the phone. Like it was crazy. It was not like, oh, I just send one like click here and like you're paying through PayPal. Like it's so easy. You pay through Zelle is so easy. It is not like that. So for these people to get that much information for 6,000 users, I do think it could be an inside job. I do. Because if they sent a code.
Without a doubt in my mind, it's an inside job.
So if, let's say, Coinbase sent you a code, right? And you ignored it because you're like, what? I didn't do any trying. You just ignored it, right? You're not using it. But somehow their inside man can get that code from their system, what was sent. And take that, and verify it that way.
Yeah, because remember, the system's controlled. So that means somebody in the company had to give that hacker those codes, unless the hacker hacked that company's system and was sitting in there and looking at the codes that were giving out to the cell phone. That's a possibility too. Yep. Yeah,
I think that's how you do it because I just don't see how else would you have access to that person's phone number besides hacking their phone, which is like some next level tech movie type of thing, like you hack their phone, you redirect their phone to your phone, and now you get all their messages. Like you're not doing it for 6,000 people. Like Like, how else do you do this? That's crazy.
Exactly.
Crazy. All right, I'm going. I gotta move on to our next topic here. Unless you have anything else for tech news, James.
No, I'm good. I think that was interesting. You got me thinking about that one. That one's special. I have to think about that.
But imagine if someone stole your coins. Now,
I'd be
I'm just
tight.
a little
I'm not gonna
peanut.
lie.
Like, I'm a little peanut, right? You steal my coins, I'm hurting. But I'm
Yeah.
not like, my life is not destroyed. I'm not like, it's not time for me to go to Squid Games now, right? It's not time for that.
It's not far from
Right?
no Squid
It
Game.
is not time for Squid Games, okay? I'm sad and I'm hurt and I'm disappointed. Yes, 100%, but I'm still living life. I'm still going about my day. Like, it sucks. But some of these people have a lot of their money into this
In this,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, a lot, you know? And I'm sure
They're
the
called
people
whales.
hacking, yeah, I'm sure the people that are hacking it, they're not going after these little coins. I'm sure they're going after like Bitcoins and all the other little variations
We're
of it.
small
Like,
fries. We're like
yeah.
little fishes. But there's people that call whales. Them bad boys. They have thousands of dollars of coins. No matter who you are.
Thousands, like thousands of
Thousands.
thousands.
They're gonna go after the whales first, because them whales, they got money.
That's just crazy. And I'm probably sure Coinbase is like, oh, can't help you. I'm pretty sure that's what the attitude was last time.
Facts. Facts.
So I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here. All right, so let's move on to our next topic.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be some Tesla talk.
Tesla.
Okay, so for Tesla, in the world of Tesla, now there's been a lot of news stories Tesla's being caught on fire.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the battery's being caught on fire. And I'm not exactly sure why the batteries would be getting like caught on fire. Like, I mean, there's other cars in the world that catch on fire. I mean, there's gasolines in cars for guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's gasolines in people's cars.
Of course.
There's other cars catch on fire, but only Teslas make news.
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
waiting for the
Facts.
first Ford Mach-E or this Porsche Cayennes or whatever it is for them to catch on fire. I'm waiting for it. Like, I feel like that's so messed up. Like, why is it news if Tesla catches on fire, but when there's so many other cars that catch on fire? There's literally a tank of, you put your kids in the back seat on a tank of gas. Let me just say that to you, people. Let me just say that. You put your kids on a tank of gas.
Pretty much.
You know
Pretty
what I'm
much.
saying?
You're
So
sitting on the back of a tank of gas. Just want to point that out.
that's what I'm saying. It's like super dangerous, right? If you think about it that way. So why is it like only Teslas make news when they catch on fire? Like, it just blows my mind. It blows
Facts.
my mind. There's also like these like a group of like Texas cops or something trying to sue Tesla because Tesla ran into them. Like when they were like an emergency. Like apparently the report is Tesla cars run into like emergency stopped vehicles.
What?
Yes. That doesn't make any sense. You think they're targeting emergency vehicles? Like Tesla sees it and the computer goes like, well, I'm going to run them over. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Like these drivers are like not paying attention or what they're doing here. I have no idea. I'm just so conflicted because I drive a Tesla every day, and there's no way I experience any of this type of. You're the one in control. Your car's not in control. You're in control.
Yep.
I'm just like speechless. My head hurts from this. Like, it makes no sense. But now these Texas cops are suing Tesla because the car, not the driver, people, not the driver, Tesla, because a car ran into like 5 cop cars.
It doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up.
That doesn't add up. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so because as you're talking, I'm thinking about it, right? I'm thinking about what you're saying as far as the Tesla's concerned. I mean, if it was on autopilot, but not even that, because autopilot looks around and sees what cars are around them, so it doesn't make sense on that either. And then you got just you as a driver. So you mean to tell me you as a driver ran into a cop car? I mean, I can see that. I mean,
Yeah.
people are
So
dumb.
basically, the title is 5 Texas cops are suing Tesla, saying a Model X on autopilot slammed into them in February. Bro, this seems like a driver issue to me.
Yeah, that's not the so you mean to tell me, officer, dear officer, you mean to tell me that the driver put his car on autopilot and just went to sleep? Is that what happened? Because according to our autopilot program, we told customers that they can't go to sleep. They have to pay attention to the road. And matter of fact, the car itself confirms, asks you to touch the wheel every so often to wake it up, saying, "Okay, are you still paying attention?" I mean, Christ's sake, but you do it. It's in your car.
I
I mean,
know.
I'm in your
It
Model
makes
3.
no
Sometimes you do the
sense.
same shit. It
It
don't
makes
make
no sense.
sense.
It doesn't make sense. Like you're doing something wrong, right? And then the NHTSA, I think National Highway Transportation something associate, I don't know,
Yeah.
is investigating Autopilot, which has been linked to 11 crashes with emergency vehicles. What? So they're basically telling me the Tesla is targeting emergency vehicles. There's something in their programming that they're like, oh, emergency lights, I'm gonna run into them. Like that doesn't make
No.
any sense. What
No.
it sounds like to me, James, what it really sounds like to me is the person put it on autopilot, then they just started doing whatever the hell they wanted.
And they bypass the wheel, the
Yeah,
confirmation.
yeah, they just whatever they're doing, whatever they're eating, they're talking, they're on the phone, whatever they're doing, other stuff,
I'm not
and
paying
then of
attention.
course an accident has occurred up there, so traffic is slowing down or like being redirected or whatever, and the car's just going on autopilot, and the person doesn't react quick enough. That's what it sounds like to me.
I'm I'm upset with the police officers on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I have to be upset because you can't sue Tesla for that. You really can't.
Yeah, like
You
why
can't,
does
because
it make sense?
that means you need to go to those people who done messed up and probably lock them up because for negligence and reckless driving. Because Tesla's autopilot program, and I have to bring it up. I know you guys probably have we beat this to a dead horse. Their autopilot program do not play. It actually tells you, even though you're on autopilot, do not take your don't take your mind off the road. And matter of fact, like I said earlier, the wheel every so often goes beep 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 beep, and it blinks on the tablet blue, and it goes beep beep beep, telling you, "Hey, idiot, put your shit together. What are you doing?"
It
So
doesn't make
this person, and I have to tell you guys, yes, it can be. There's a way of bypassing the autopilot from confirming the drive. It can happen. That means that person either did that bypass or literally just ignored it. It was like, let me just shake the wheel a little bit and just kept doing what they were doing and crashed. That means that's driver negligence. That should not be a Tesla problem. That's just negligence on the driver, and that can happen on any vehicle. A gas powered car can do the same shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't make sense. So okay. So this is what you're basically telling me now with these cops, right? This is what they're telling me. And if the judge sides with the cops, right? So let's say Tesla loses, right? That makes it an open case for everything. Like now I can crash into stuff and just be like, well, it's my autopilot. I am responsible for this.
Yeah, I killed somebody. Well, got to be my autopilot. Put it on a Tesla.
Yeah, like you gotta sue Tesla. That's not. It's like driver accountability here. It's
Yeah,
driver fault. It is not no Tesla fault. Like I don't know. That's just so bizarre to me. I can't even think. That's how bizarre it is.
yeah. Like it really it takes a step. You take a step back on that, and you're like, did you think? Did you actually? I mean, yeah, maybe they didn't have Teslas, so they don't know it. And yes, you're going to be dragged through the courts. And I'm sure that Tesla themselves are going to come up and put out the notes that I just tell you guys over the podcast. I'm sure they're going to bring it up in the courts and let the courts know. But it's just no. There's some
It doesn't.
there's driver
Yeah.
accountability there. So no, not it's not a Tesla, not Tesla.
Yeah. I saw this dash cam footage of a Tesla, right?
Uh huh.
So it's from the channel I really like. It's Wham
Wham
Bam
Bam
Tesla
Tesla
Cam.
Cam.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the channel. I really like it. If you guys into it, please go to their channel. Great channel. So basically, they showed a road rage incident with the Tesla. Okay. Model X. The guy is in like an old beat up Mitsubishi Lancer or something, or Galant or Lancer, one of them, okay? Beat up. For some reason, he's triggered. For some reason, he's triggered by this Tesla. Okay, he thinks this guy cut him off. Like, I don't know, this guy's triggered. He's triggered so much that he follows them. He tries to brake check them. He tries to run them over the road. He even slams his car into the car itself.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy. In the end, of course, they had an accident. The Mitsubishi and the Model X had an accident because he's like so aggressive. He's like
Yeah.
hitting the car. And then he gets out and he tries to fight the guy, like the Tesla owner. And
Yeah.
then he tries to stop other cars from leaving the scene. He goes in front of the other
Wow.
cars. Like, this guy's insane. And the whole thing's caught on footage, so it's on that channel. You can see that footage. But how much damage he caused to the Model X? Now, again, this is a Model X. I have to say, this is the Model X. Base price of this car, brand new, is $84,000. So
Base price.
Base price. So you know how much damage he caused to that car?
What?
$45,000.
Oh my God! It's like half the cost of the car.
Yeah.
Half the cost of the car.
And that poor guy, even though he could get all his money from insurance, even though he could get it, his car's gonna be in the shop. And if they're totaling that car, right, then that means that he gotta buy a new car, and a Model X right now to buy that. Woo!
Yeah.
It's not easy. It is not easy. I feel so bad for this guy. Like, he didn't do anything. This gave me the flashbacks to my road rage accident. You remember? Not accident. It was not an accident. No one got hit. But this lady was insane. You remember?
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
I didn't do anything to her, and then she started like cursing me out. She was brake checking me. She got out of her car. She was screaming at me, and then I escaped. And then she followed me again, tried to cut me off, and then I had to escape for a second time. Like, it was, I have footage of that, by the way. I also record everything on my camera, so I have footage of that. But this reminded me of that. This is why I escaped, because people are psycho. You know, like, people are really crazy out here. I'm not having none of that. Like, I'm leaving. I'm going home. Leave me alone. Like, Jesus. Like, live on the road, you know?
No, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Some people are just a little too extra.
That was crazy. So it just reminded me of, like, crazy people. And once they start chasing you and everything like that, it's scary. Yeah. When they start chasing you. Oh, man. Like, what do you do in that situation? What do you do? Do you pull over? You let them fight you? Like, what do you do?
You know what I do? That kind of person, I wouldn't go crazy or out of, all that crazy. What I would do is I drive to the nearest precinct and I just park right there.
You can't drive there because they're literally running you over the road. Like, you don't understand, your life is that either your car's effed or you're effed. You know, like, they're chasing you down, they're cutting you off, they're brake checking you, they're stopping you from going, they're stopping traffic. Like, it's all types of craziness. Now, people behind you are leaving, like, going left and right, trying to cut you. You can't escape because they're leaving you. The guy's coming up to you. Sometimes, like, you don't know what he has in the car. Right? I didn't know what this lady might have in the car. She could bring out a gun. She could bring out a bat. Like, she could bring out anything. I don't know. Maybe she has some really, like, 7 feet tall boyfriend in the passenger seat that's going to come out too. Like, I don't know the situation. Yeah. You're just trying to leave, you know? Yeah. You're not thinking like, oh, let me leave and go to police station. You're just thinking, let me just go on the road. But there's so much traffic sometimes that you can't escape. Like, you literally can't escape. Even if you left them, there's so much traffic you have to slow down. Like, you can't do anything. And that's where you get screwed because you're the good person and someone's chasing you. But anyways, I have that footage. You should check out Wham Bam Tesla Cam channel if you want to see that Tesla video and all that crazy footage. That's a good one. Like, that's definitely something
100%.
You need to check out. I'm going to move on to our next topic here. We're going to do a little bit of movie review talk.
Okay.
All right, so for movie review, right? I did see the new 2 Marvel movies. Now, James, do you care about spoilers?
Not at all.
Okay, James does not care. He does not give 2
Zero
F's
fucks.
about. Yeah, he will watch the movie. When he watches the movie, he don't care.
Yeah.
All right, if you guys care about spoilers, please switch off. Go away. Go far, far away from here, okay? Because I'm about to break it down for you right now. So I saw that new Marvel movie that came out. Is it Shang Chi? I think it was. So that one, I have to say, I went in there with 0 expectations. I was like, oh, this looks like something that should be on Disney Plus as a show, but they made it into a movie instead, right? I went in there with no expectations. Like, I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna watch my movie. I'm gonna just enjoy my popcorn, enjoy my candy, watch my movie. And let me tell you, it is one of the best things I've seen.
Really?
It is good.
How so?
It is good. The person I went with was my cousin. She went to the theater again and saw it again with her husband.
Wow, really?
It is good. It is good. Like, it is worth it. Worth it. Go see it. It's good. You have fun. It gives you it's Marvel funny. You know how their movies are funny. It's Marvel funny. It gives you some
course.
Thor vibes to it. Like the Thor, like Ragnarok was like that type of vibes to it. Like it's a good movie. And you're like you develop this relationship with the characters. You're like into it. Like the whole thing, start to finish. Well done. Well done.
Okay. Okay.
So good. Worth the money. I love it. I can't wait for it to come out on Disney Plus so I can watch it again. Like I'm dying for it to come back out. Okay. I love it. Now I'm going to go into the other movie that I saw today,
Uh-huh.
Venom. Let There Be Carnage. Now, if you can't steer clear of this one, you should.
Oh shit.
If you can, if you can, like if you don't really care about it, I would just wait till it comes out on like wherever is gonna be coming out.
We'll watch
I
it
would
for
just
free.
yeah, I would just wait where like rent it for like $4 or whatever. Like $4 is worth it. Rent it for $4 is worth it. Is it worth going to the movie theater for? Not really. I heard this was supposed to be better than the first one. I think they're both along the same lines. Honestly, I think
Wow.
they're the same lines. I don't think the villain was like a villain. I just didn't get that type of like I don't know. I'm not saying the acting was bad. The acting is fine, right?
Yeah.
The acting is great. Like it's not about the acting, but I feel like the villain that he's like Venom is supposed to fight, it's
Yeah.
not good. Like it's just not good. It's not like a real villain. It's just weird. They just like makeshift someone into a villain. And it had the same type of theme as the first one. Because the first one was he's fighting other aliens like him, right? Second one, he's literally fighting another alien like him.
What?
So, yeah.
This fucking they can't come up with something new? Like what the hell?
I didn't like it. But I will tell you one thing, guys. I will tell you one thing. I stayed to the very end to get that post-credit scene, right? It was with Spider-Man.
Okay.
So now I'm getting some hints here that somehow Spider-Man and Venom are going to be somehow connected somehow somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be in the new Spider-Man movie. I don't know if it's going to be a Venom 3 where Spider-Man's in. I don't know. But Marvel has already hinted that now there's a Spider-Man and Venom connection happening here.
Huh.
And as soon as, and you know, I'm going to give you a little spoiler because it's post credit, so it doesn't matter. It's post credit, has nothing really to do with the movie.
Of
The
course.
post credit was basically Venom and Eddie, right? You know, the guy he's like hosting his body off of. Venom and Eddie were looking at a TV news, like a news show or whatever, right? And Spider-Man,
Yeah.
like Tom Holland, right? Peter Parker. So Spider-Man came on, but he was in the costume without his face mask. So now I guess everyone knows who Spider-Man is. I guess. Like I don't know how like it's on the news now. And now Venom saw him and Venom was like, I want him or something like that. And he licked the TV or something. So I'm not understand how Venom wants him as what like want him as his
A
as a
lover?
host body? No,
I mean,
like as a
shit.
host body or like to eat him or like I'm confused on what Venom wanted from looking a picture, but it just makes me seem like Peter Parker revealed his identity to everybody. Like the whole spiel is no one knows who Spider-Man is. That's the whole spiel. It's not like the world finds out who Spider-Man is. Like the whole spiel is no one knows who Spider-Man is, but now on the news TV,
I'm so
people
glad
know
I
his
didn't watch these
face.
movies. Oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't watch these movies.
Why?
I do not care for these movies at all. I mean, they just drag the shit out too much. I do not care.
No, they
It's
don't
the
drag
same.
this shit
It's the
out.
same when I have people that tell me, "What do I like, Batman or Superman?" And I say Superman, and they're like, "Why?" I said, "It's a rich man in a suit. That's what Batman is. Do you see rich people fighting out crime? Get the fuck out of here." So I'm so glad I don't watch these Marvel movies. I have no. I mean, if I watch it online or if I see it on TV, yeah, sure, I'll hang out and watch it a little bit. Why not? Just to kill some time. But I do not go out to watch it. I don't need to. It's just so stupid.
No. Some of them, first of all, I watch all of these Marvel movies on Disney. The only reason I have Disney Plus is so I can watch Marvel movies. I'm not going to lie to you. And I sit there and I watch all of them. I will have marathons, right? Where I just watch one after one after one. Like, not like in one day, but like I'll watch one movie one day and then next night I'll watch another movie. Then the next night, like I'll just watch it like that. And I enjoy them so much because you know what happens? Sometimes I miss it the first time around, or now I have new information because of another movie I saw. Now I go back to a previous movie and I see so much other stuff I didn't see before, you know? And I just love it. Like I saw what was it? What was the one that I just saw? Age of Ultron. I saw
Okay.
that one the other day again, right? And that had so many hints to like the end game to Avengers Endgame. It had so many hints to there, like so many Easter eggs, like they were planning it for all these years, and like you just never knew. You
Of
just never
course.
knew. And it's just so mind blowing to me. So I like going back and I like watching all those movies. Like I enjoy it. And you know, at the time, I didn't like Ultron that much. That movie, I didn't like it at that time. I really didn't. And Thor, The Dark World, I also saw that the other day, and I didn't like it when I saw it the first time around. But now I really love it. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm having a
Wow.
good time. And just last night, I saw Endgame again. Like I watch these like a religion. I'm telling you right now, I watch it like a religion. So you guys want to talk Marvel to me and conspiracy theories to me? You let me know. You hit me up. You know where I am. You let me know, okay? Because that's what I live for is conspiracy theories and Marvel movies. That's my whole basis of everything.
Well, the only thing that I like out of the whole Marvel movies is the Iron Man series because I like Robert Downey Jr.'s take on
Yeah,
Tony Stark. It's
yeah.
he's so
It's so
funny against
good.
Tony
It's
Stark.
so good.
He does it
It's so
so
good.
well.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't have to put the suit on, all he has to do is to be the pompous asshole that Tony Stark is. I'm okay watching that.
I love that. Iron Man is definitely like one of my favorites, right? Like
Yeah,
I love Iron Man, and if you guys haven't seen Endgame, like shame on you. Okay, don't call yourself Marvel fans, James.
I'm not a
And
Marvel fan. I own that shit. I'm not a Marvel fan. You
you
know
need
that. I
to
just said
see
it 5 seconds
Endgame.
ago.
Can you please see Endgame? It's been about like 5 years now. You need to see Endgames, please, please.
When I go, listen, when I go to another movie theater, I'll see Endgame. Unfortunately, there's no movie theaters playing it, so I'm okay with not seeing
No,
Endgame right now.
no, no. It's on Disney Plus. You can see it.
Mm,
You can see it. Did you see Infinity Wars or no?
no.
Oh my god. Now you gotta see Infinity Wars, which is 3 hours. And you have to see Endgame, which is
Jesus
another 3 hours.
Christ.
Yeah.
Who has 3 hours to give of their life?
Me.
Apparently,
I've
you.
seen that movie like 20 times now.
Oh
Like I
God.
watch it all the time. When I'm like, oh, what should I watch? I'm like, Endgame.
No. I don't
Yes.
want that shit.
Yes. 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 I mean to say they're so good. Like, I don't understand why you don't like it. They're so good.
I
But
don't know. It's just too much.
it's not too much. It's not too much. What type of movie series do you like? Movie series meaning there's multiple like timeline or multiple ones. Which ones do you like? Let's
Honestly,
see.
it's very far and few between. The ones that I do like are like more action. So Die Hard, all the Die Hard series. I actually like Die Hard, so I like that one. It's freaking awesome. And horror. I have some horror. Like I've watched how you say that? Evil Dead, the Evil Dead series.
Uh-huh.
Child's Play, Chucky.
Yeah.
I've seen those two. Those
That
are
got
pretty
really
good.
bad.
Towards the end, it really did. It got
It got
so
comedy.
shitty,
It
and
got
they
comedy.
actually are coming out with a TV series coming up soon. So we'll see how
Oh
that
no.
goes. They're coming out with a TV series, and some of the actors from the original are going in. Of course, the guy who voiced Chucky is also doing Chucky again, so that's actually pretty cool. And Michael Myers, the Halloween series, were pretty good.
Yeah,
I like the
so
Rob Zombie take on
basically
it. I like the
like
originals.
slasher movies.
Slashers, action, horror genre. Because remember, Die Hard's not really a slasher; it's really more of an action.
It is an action that's also dragged out, right? Like it's really dragged out. That's like
But they ended it. That was it. They finally got that shit over. How many times do we have to see how many fucking Fast and Furious movies are there right now? Are they
no.
making like
Okay,
six
first
more?
of all, don't get me started with Fast and Furious because Fast and Furious started literally with cars. Now it's nothing about cars. It has
Nothing.
nothing to do with cars. You'll have one car scene, but that car scene could have been in any other type of movie. Like it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
Before it was about cars and car racing and souped up cars. Now it's not about cars anymore. It's about everything else underneath the sun. It's just another action movie, not about cars.
yeah,
And they still call it like the Fast series or whatever. Like it's something else now. So
exactly.
that evolved on its own. That has nothing to do with
They need to end the series. That's an end. Like the series needs to end. Done. Please kill the series. It's over. Like, stop.
Another series that a lot of people liked, of course, was Harry Potter.
I do like Harry Potter series.
But you know, they're
I'm a
based
Harry
on a
Potter
book.
fan.
So I don't know if like books, I want to put them in the same category as like regular movies.
I didn't mention Harry Potter because the books were better. The movies are good. They were entertaining. The books were better. That's the one thing I will tell you. The books are better. I have a question for you, Hibbs.
Yeah.
You watched the Harry Potter series.
Yes.
Do you like the Harry Potter series?
I'm not a Harry Potter type of like fan, but yeah, I don't hate it. Like, yeah, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying?
So,
like, I'm not like against it.
I am going to address this to our listeners, but I will address it to you directly.
Mm-hmm.
If you were in the Harry Potter series and you had to be sorted to the houses, what house would you like to be sorted to?
I think I'm a Gryffindor.
Really?
I feel like I am, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a Gryffindor. I have merchandise that says Gryffindor, so
Fantastic.
I'm gonna go with Gryffindor.
Okay. To our listeners out there, if you had to be sorted out to houses in the Harry Potter universe, what house would you be?
Okay, I honestly don't know what the hat would pick me as, but I feel like I'm a Gryffindor.
Okay, there you go. Good.
But I also feel like I'm a Muggle.
I'm definitely a Muggle. I'm definitely a Muggle. And no, I'm not a Gryffindor. I do not choose Gryffindor. I would do Ravenclaw.
Why Ravenclaw?
I like Ravenclaw. I actually like it's more because they do a lot of research and knowledge, and they read a lot of books. So I think that with Hermione, I mean, of course, plus plot, she was placed into Gryffindor, but she should have been placed into Ravenclaw. Is my personal opinion.
Okay. All right, I think look at some conspiracy theories coming out from James.
Oh God,
it was rigged. The Sorting Hat was rigged.
The Sorting Hat was rigged. Fake news. Fake news. Fake
Yeah,
news.
no, I just feel like out of all the house, I feel like I'm a Gryffindor. Like I just feel like that's who I am.
I would be
like,
a Ravenclaw. That would be my house.
I don't know what my animal would be.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. I have no idea how that is gonna go, but yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what my animal would be or what my wand would be or anything. But you know the whole thing that I hate about Harry Potter? I'm about to trigger some Harry Potter fans. You know what I think? The whole thing that I hate about Harry Potter?
What?
Harry Potter ain't shit.
Yeah, that's actually facts right there.
Like, it's all his friends. His friends carry him to the end. Like, every single movie
he has is glasses and a scar on his forehead. That's it.
He has just some legend, but he's like ain't shit. I'm sorry, but he doesn't do anything for anybody.
If you really get down to it, Harry Potter's father was a fucking bully. Really was. His mother was the cheerleader of the school, like, you know, the hot cheerleader, right? Then later on, they get attacked by the brooding freaking student. Now your son gets in there, and he's like, I don't know about my mom and dad, but I know I have to be a wizard. Then the other thing is Harry's got is Hermione. They save their ass. She saves their asses all the time.
100%.
And Ron Weasley.
100%.
And Ron Weasley. So if you want to go ahead and shake someone's hand, go up to Hermione Granger. Was like, he needs to freaking kiss your freaking feet because you're the one who saves his ass every time.
And then it got weird in the end when he liked Ron's little sister.
That's
little before.
Yo, yes, she was. Because he met her when she was like a little kid, like 10 years old or some shit.
I understand, like, when they got together, she's older. I get that, but it's so strange. Like, that's who you started liking. Like, that's who it was. Like, out of all, think about how many people you could have liked in that school.
Exactly.
Like,
he had some hot girls too that were actually interested in him, man. Hot chicks.
Like,
and you went after Ron's sister.
And she's a baby too. Like, maybe if there were twins, maybe if like Ron was like twins, is like, I know he has brothers that are twins. Maybe if they were twins, right?
Well, his brother died, so one of the twins' brothers died, so it doesn't matter.
I get that, but what I'm saying was if Ron and the little sister were twins, or they were the same age, I would understand that concept. I would get that. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, so they're like, they've always knew each other and blah 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 blah. And he thought she was annoying, but now he likes her. Like, I get that, but she was so little, bro. Like, that's some weirdness to me.
Robbing the cradle, man.
That's some weirdness to me.
And then they get married and have a child and shit. It's hilarious.
Oh my! Well, at that point, it's not weird anymore because they're adults.
No, they're adults. They handle business, but Still,
Yeah.
you met her like she was like 10 years old and she was hiding behind mommy and was like, I don't know who this is, Harry. And then later on, it's like, wow, you done
Yeah,
filled out. Like, let's go. What?
yeah, that's so weird to me. I don't agree with that. You know the whole age thing. 8 years is not the same age. You
Shut
know
the
that.
fuck up. Fuck you.
8 years is not
Fuck
the
you.
same age.
Okay, see. We're gonna go ahead and settle this right now. I have a 22-year relationship with my wife. I ain't looking for nobody else. Make it
I'm
easy.
just, I'm just telling you. You said in the previous one, 8 years is the same. It is not the same. It's still not the same.
Heba, whatever you want to tell yourself at night, go
It's
for it.
not. It's factual. We just
It's
talking
not.
about Harry Potter. It's factual. 8 years is not the same
Listen,
age.
listen. I did not meet you at 10 years old to come see you and be your fucking best friend at fucking 30. All right, shut the fuck up. Fuck out of
I
here.
know.
Never even saw you my whole life until we started working together.
I know that, but I'm just telling you, we're
Fuck
not
out
the
of
same
here
age.
with
That's
your
it.
fucking
All right,
weirdness.
I'm ending the show. This is too much for me.
Fuck you.
If you like what you heard, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and give us a subscribe so you can keep coming back week to week, and we'll go ahead and keep giving you more news and entertainment. And that's all I have for today.
You guys take care. Thank you guys for listening.
All right, guys. See you on the next one.